everybody. I want to say thank you to all of you that have given me hundreds and hundreds of hearts and also comments on my early post of today regarding organ black market going legal in the United States. I want to clarify and answer a question that I have been asked in multiple times in my YouTube channel, also here and in a personal level. And it's a concern that many people have regarding if this happen, meaning in hospitals, will they take advantage of us when in our driver license we have stated that we are organ donors? And if this is a high risk, then we should remove that from our driver license. Well, in this day and age and everything that I have seen, my advice is, sorry to say, remove from your driver license that you are an organ donor. That's it. Now, these videos are very short, so I cannot go in so many details, all right? So it's not just black and white, a lot of the things that I am talking about. I need to be short. However, the reality is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have it in your driver license that you are organ donor or no. And this is the reason why. If you are in Texas, open your ears wide right now and hear very well. Also, if you are in any other state, you are going to have to research quickly if this law is also in your state. Well, in 1999, Texas passed a law. The law is Advanced Directive Act. Advanced Directive Act. Directive Act. This law in Texas that I cannot even believe that many of us had no clue, have no idea that this law, monstrous, criminal, abominable, disgusting law, exists in our state. How is this even possible? Anyway, Texas gave the right to hospitals to basically withhold, suspend, withdraw life-sustaining treatments. Basically, disconnect you. Even if the family opposes, Texas gave the right to hospitals that if they determined that the patient in ICU critical condition should have no hope, if they determine that that patient has no hope for whatever reason, that they make that decision because that patient is not going to have quality of life, whatever that they come up with. And believe me when I'm saying this to you, I live it. I was there with my son and my husband. No one can tell me anything about this because I was there. I went through the entire process. I know it so well. I have been talking with a congresswoman in Texas, from Texas Congress. I presented to her a law change request about this law. And I'm going to tell about this a little bit later on this same post. Anyway, this means that the hospitals, according to this law, has the right to take full custody of your loved one. And it doesn't matter if it's a baby, a child, a teenager. It's irrelevant if it's your son, daughter, husband, wife, mother, or father. Texas gave the right to hospitals to suspend, withdraw life-sustaining treatments, disconnect you, and this include dialysis. This include feeding tube. This includes ventilator, of course. This includes many things that people doesn't even realize how demonic this is, to be honest with you. And anyway, so they, by law, before September 1st, 2023, the law was that they were going to give you 10 days notification. But after September 1st, 2023, the law was amended and now it's 25 days notification. And that notification, basically what it says is find a place that you would like to move your loved one. Because if you don't find a place and move your loved one, it's going to die. Because we are going to disconnect life-sustaining treatments. And you like it or not, there's nothing that you can do about it. Well, if your loved one is in ICU and in critical conditions, it's going to be very hard for you to move that person. Besides, insurance companies is not going to approve it. But for them to approve, already passed 25 days. Also, you're going to move it to another hospital, which is also in Texas and runs with the same laws. Anyway, at the end of the day, insurance companies runs the show. Insurance companies doesn't want to pay ICU for a month, 2 months, or 3 months. And much less later, a full year or 2 years of rehabilitation. And don't tell me that insurance companies needs to make money, because right now, on the top 500 most profitable companies of the United States, in the top layer with Apple, Amazon, and Walmart are 5 of the most profitable insurance companies. In fact, United Healthcare makes billions upon billions of dollars gained profit. And also Pfizer, Roche, many companies that have that lab that create the medications. So going back to what I was talking about, Texas gave them the right to disconnect. But before that happened, they're going to scare you to death. They want to scare you that there's no quality of life. They're going to bring the ethics committee. They're going to bring the case manager. They're going to put you in so many meetings. They're going to harass you. They're going to be hostile. They're going to frighten you about your loved one is not going to be okay. It's going to have all these problems through life, that there's no hope. And so you end giving up completely hope. And you end sizing with their prognosis. And the reality is that insurance companies pay hospitals. And so hospitals needs to be in a love affair completely with insurance companies, and hospitals and physicians depends 100% on hospitals. So this situation is horrible, is critical. Right now, actually, I'm waiting. There is a motion for Bill HB 2072 in Texas that is to change completely this law and remove this authority, this giving authority that Texas has given to hospitals to take custody of our loved ones and giving it back to the families. Only the families can make that decision about the loved ones, and criminal will be a criminal act if hospitals disconnect or suspend life or withdraw life from our loved ones if the families do not agree with this. I don't know what else to say. Investigate, research about all this is just really bad, because then after that comes all the institutions about organ donations that are making billions of dollars, and they try to convince you to become a hero and a giver of life. And I'm not making joke anything about that, because it's honorable when somebody does it, but here we are.